there! Today I am bringing you another product review video with my ketone tests, and I'm really excited for this one because I got to try some products that were suggested by viewers, and then also I got to try some products that I was really interested in seeing how the ketone results would turn out. So I had to do this over a couple days span because I kept getting kicked out of ketosis, which it happens. I will go ahead and insert the clips of my ketone test here. Okay, so I tested my ketones 3 hours ago and I was coming in at a 0.2. After that, I ate some ice cream with some peanut butter to get my fats up for the day, and it has been 2.5 hours since I ate that. So I'm going to test my ketones now and see if they went up at all. Whoa. That's a big difference. So the ice cream I had was enlightened chocolate glazed donut, and the peanut butter that I had was the Crazy Richards. I'll go ahead and give you a quick review of this as a bonus review because you didn't see me test my ketones. But a lot of people say this is really good because the nutrients, you can't see that. It's for 2 tablespoons, 180 calories, and 5 total carbs, 3 dietary fiber, so 2 net carbs per 2 tablespoons. The thing with this is it's very bland to me. It's obviously not sweet because it doesn't have like stevia or any added sugar, which is good for keto, but it's very bland, and I thought it was just not enjoyable. But I went ahead and added a teaspoon for every tablespoon of peanut butter that I used, and it made it taste a lot better. So you could probably add more swerve than that, but I found a teaspoon per tablespoon was pretty good. So that's the peanut butter I used, and it rose my ketones by quite a bit. The first product I'm going to try today is going to be these Smart Cakes. So I've had these before. I've tried 3 flavors, I think. The serving is 1 cake, so I will have 1 cake. 1 cake is 38 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 9 total carbs, 5 dietary fiber, and 4 erythritol. It also has 4 grams of protein. The ingredients include eggs, purified water, proprietary fiber blend, which includes oat fiber, corn fiber, and flax, erythritol, whey protein isolate, olive oil, pure raspberry extract, pure vanilla, salts, cellulose gum, monk fruit extract, citric acid, spices, and herbs. So they have chocolate, cinnamon, which I've also tried. I think they used to have an orange cream, but they don't anymore. But this one's raspberry cream. This is what they look like. They're in these cute little cups. It's about how big they are. That's what the top looks like. It can kind of be hard to pull these out, but I kind of tear it at the seam and then try not to make a mess. Okay, so that is what the cake looks like. You can hear it. It's very moist, but also somehow like dry a little. I'll try it. It's the most cupcake-like consistency that I've had on keto. It is a little bit more on the like crumbly, dry texture, although it is very moist. It has this little bit of a texture to it that's almost like similar to cotton candy, but not quite cotton candy. It's a little bit drier than cotton candy, but that same kind of, I want to say almost like a starchy texture to it. The raspberry flavor definitely comes through, and that's really nice. I know the cinnamon one kind of like burnt my lips, but I'm sensitive to cinnamon. And chocolate was like a light chocolate, but I think these are great for a keto cake. I mean, they're not all that expensive. I know you have to get them kind of in bulk, but there's a lot of bakeries that sell their cupcakes for a lot more, and you could put an icing on here and it'd probably be a million times better. But yeah, these, I think you have to find the right flavor, but these are really not bad. I think they'd be a lot better with icing. I had chilled them in the past, and they were really good that way too. But I like regular cupcakes chilled as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this one, and then I'll put a timer on for 1 hour and test my ketones again. It has been 1 hour since I had one of these smart cakes, so I'm going to test my ketones and see where I'm at. Last time I was at 1.4. Oh, it did go down by 0.2. That's not too much, but I'll test my ketones in another hour to see if it decreases anymore. Okay, so it has been 2 hours since I finished the smart cake. My last ketone test an hour ago was 1.2. So let's see if it decreased anymore. Oh, it went back up. So it started at 1.4, and then it decreased to 1.2, and then it went back up to 1.5. So that's kind of weird. I think I might wait another hour before trying anything else, even though I'm pretty hungry right now. But I think I'll wait another hour just because that's kind of a weird reading. Okay, it has only been about 30 minutes. I decided to just test my ketones again because I'm getting hungry. So my ketones were at 1.5 last. I just want to see if it's going to change anymore because I don't want to test another product if it's still like, you know, moving. And the next product I try, I really want it to be as accurate as possible. I want all of the results to be accurate, but, you know, I can only do so much. I try and wait as long as I can in between products, but, you know, if results aren't really changing much from like 1 hour to 2 hours, then I feel like it's safe to try the next product, you know? Ooh, 1.8. It keeps going up. Okay. So, with that in mind, that it keeps going up, I'm going to test my next product. I would say, before even seeing the results, to be cautious with what you take away from this next ketone test, because the next product that I want to try is Grenade Carb Killa. So this one has maltitol in it. I know that. I know maltitol is supposed to be like worse for you than sugar. So I'm anticipating this lowering my ketone level. If this increases my ketone level, I might have to try it at another time because my ketone level is going up already, and I don't want this to be conflicting with, you know, my ketones going up because whatever's going on in my body. But if my ketones start going down, I would say it's safe to say it's because of this, because previous to this, it was going up, if that makes sense. That's kind of how I'm going to rationalize it. So this one is the Caramel Chaos. I used to eat these bars a lot before I knew that maltitol was supposed to be one of those ingredients you avoid. 220 calories per bar, 8 grams of fat, 20 total carbs, 7 fiber, 11 sugar alcohol. So it's 2 grams of net carbs, is what they say. 23 grams of protein. This one has calcium caseinate. I don't know what that is. Milk protein isolate, whey protein isolate. Has maltitol, like I said, cacao fat, dry whole milk, cacao mass, lecithin, natural and artificial flavors, polydextrose, which I think is another word for sugar. Gelatin, glycerin, soy protein isolate, cacao fat, again, soybean oil, palm oil, xylitol, sucralose, non-fat dry milk, low-fat cacao, natural and artificial flavors, tapioca starch, salt, and lecithin. I'm going to go ahead and try this one. I haven't had one of these in a long time. I'm really hoping it doesn't give me a headache, because I think the last time I had maltitol, it gave me a really bad headache. I think it was because of the maltitol. I'm not sure, though. So this is what it looks like. The chocolate looks very creamy and smooth. I think it's a really beautiful bar. It does have a hint of a protein powder smell to it. But I'm going to go ahead and take a bite. The bar part here, which kind of makes up like a nougat kind of texture, it does have a hint of like a protein powder flavor to it, but I don't think it's bad. I'm really sensitive to protein powders. I don't like eating a lot of protein bars because I think the protein flavors, like the protein powder flavor, is not good. This one is very subtle. In my opinion, I think it's not bad. It has this layer of caramel. Can't quite see it. But it has a layer of caramel. It has these crisps. These like rice crisps or something. That's crunchy. This reminds me a lot of a candy bar. I love them because they make me not want a real candy bar. This satiates my craving. But the caramel is a nice consistency. I mean, they nailed the caramel consistency. It doesn't have all that much of a caramel flavor. It has more of like a cookie dough nougat. So I would say it's more like a cookie dough. I've actually had their cookie dough bars as well, and it's basically the same thing. I can't tell really the difference between this one and the cookie dough, because it has like basically all the same layers. Actually, I think instead of the crisps, it has little chocolate chips. So in that instance, it might be a little bit better. But if you're looking for like a crunch, this is more like, actually like a crunch bar, because it has like the rice little, not flakes, but rice little balls in it. So I'm going to go ahead and eat the rest of this, and then I'll put a timer on for 1 hour to test my ketones again. So it has been 1 hour since I ate the Carb Killa Caramel Chaos bar, and now I'm going to test my ketones again. Let me see what my ketones were last, because I don't even remember. I have such a bad memory. Okay, my ketones were 1.8 last. Okay, so it dropped by 0.7 already. That's a lot. I'm going to test my ketones in another hour and see if they decrease anymore. Okay, it has been a total of 2 hours since I had the Carb Killa bar. My last ketone test an hour ago was at 1.1. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. Wow. I guess I definitely cannot have those Carb Killa bars. I used to eat those all the time. That's what's so crazy. I love testing my ketones. It helps me so much. Okay, so I guess I am done testing products today. Okay, I am wanting to test my first product. It's been 3 hours since I've eaten anything. An hour ago, my ketones were at 2.8. So I'm going to test my ketones again and see where they're at now. Okay, so it did go down a little bit since I last tested it an hour ago. So at 2.6, I am going to test my next product. I am going to test Nuts and More. This is the salted caramel. This nutrition seems a little bit off, so that's why I'm interested to test this for one reason. For 2 tablespoons, it's 190 calories, 14 grams of fat, 7 total carbs, 3 dietary fiber, and 4 sugar alcohol. So that's 0 net carbs. And then the total protein is 11 grams. The ingredients include peanuts, whey protein, xylitol, peanut oil, palm oil, flax, natural caramel flavor, sunflower lecithin, and sea salt. I'll show you. I've had this before, and they definitely changed their recipe in the last 2 years because it's a lot more liquidy. It used to have this bad separation issue, and it would like clump up real firm on the bottom, and then there'd be like this big coat of oil. But it doesn't do that. It's staying pretty well mixed. But let me measure out a tablespoon. Okay, so I have 1 tablespoon. I'll taste this, but then I'll get another one after. It's not as sweet as I remember it being, but it has a good amount of sweetness. It's a little gritty, but it has a nice taste to it. It definitely tastes like peanut butter. Has a hint of caramel, which I like. If the nutritions are accurate and this doesn't mess up my ketones, this is going to be my peanut butter of choice, because I mean, I feel like I can't find a lower carb peanut butter than 0 carbs. My biggest complaint with this one is it's a little gritty, probably because of the whey protein. It makes it a little chalky, but they do have a good amount of oil to kind of smooth it out. You can see it is pretty smooth, but I think it tastes really good. They have toffee crunch, which I've had before, and I know it's good too. But I'm going to finish eating this tablespoon, and then I'm going to have 1 more, so I have a full serving, and then I'll test my ketones in an hour. Okay, so it's been an hour since I ate the peanut butter. I will test my ketones and see where I'm at. .6. So let me see what it was at last time, because I don't remember. Oh yeah, so it was at 2.6 before, so there was no change. So I'm going to put a timer on for another hour and then test my ketones again. Okay, so it's been another hour since I tested my ketones. I was at 2.6, I believe. I'm going to test my ketones again. So this will be a total of 2 hours after I finish the nuts and more peanut butter. I'm really hoping that I am still unchanged, because I like that peanut butter's macros, and I would like to incorporate it in my diet regularly, even if I don't like the salted caramel one all that much. I think the buttered toffee is better, although I haven't tried the buttered toffee with the new formula yet, so I could be wrong. The salted caramel just doesn't taste like flavorful enough. That's kind of my issue with it. I wish it had more of a caramel taste. But with the nutrients, and actually the xylitol in it, I'm curious to see what it's going to do to my ketones. It went up. So that's great. I'm happy about that. So I feel very safe having that nuts and more peanut butter. So, okay, with that all being done, I'm going to go ahead and test my next product. I'm going to test these Slim Jim pork rinds. This is in the squealing hot. I've had these before. I've incorporated them in my slim downs. I don't know if they kick me out of ketosis, but I'm going to test it. If you like Flaming Hot Cheetos, these are the keto equivalent of Flaming Hot Cheetos. I poured 2 servings into a bowl. I put it on the scale, and this is what 2 portions look like. Some of them are definitely more flavorful than others because they have more of the red dust. That dust is my favorite part. They're really spicy, and what I've noticed is if you chew into them, the dust can kind of hit the back of your throat and make you choke a little. So I have like a very strategic way of eating them so that that doesn't happen, which is basically just like holding them in your mouth for a moment before biting into them. They're very hot, in my opinion. If you love, love, love spicy food, this is perfect. I used to have the extreme hot Flaming Hot Cheetos. I love them. I would eat them every day. So these are a perfect substitute for me. I've never been a big fan of pork rinds, but these aren't bad because they have the dust on them. I feel like I can't taste the like pork rind kind of taste to it. Let me read you the nutrients. So in a quarter of this bag, which is 2 ounces, it's 80 calories, 6 grams of fat, less than 1 carb, no fiber, no sugar, 7 grams of protein. So I felt like that was pretty good considering that it is flavored, because the flavored pork rinds can have carbs in them depending on the seasonings that they use. Like I think some of the barbecue ones can have it, but it just depends. These ones, I'm so glad that they're less than 1 carb. I am very pleased with that. So I'm going to eat this bowl, which is 2 servings, and then I'll test my ketones in an hour. Okay, it has been about 45 minutes since I ate those pork rinds, so I'm going to test my ketones now. See where I'm at. I was at 2.7 last. Oof, did go down. Yeah, 2.3 now. He was at 2.7. So I'm going to put a timer on and test my ketones in another hour. Okay, so it's been a total of 2 hours since I had the pork rinds. So I'm going to test my ketones again and see if it went down anymore. Last time I tested my ketones, I was at 2.3. So it already went down by 0.4. So that's a bummer. I hope it doesn't go down anymore. Whoa, that's a big drop. That's a bummer. I'm not sure if it's gonna drop anymore. Okay guys, so that is all I have for you in this video. If you like these kinds of videos, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If you have any suggestions of products that you would like me to test, please let me know in the comment section below. I love hearing your guys' suggestions, and I really like getting to know you guys and hearing what you guys think. So if you have any suggestions, any comments, let me know. But that is all I have in this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.